Groven setting it up. And Kroll tapping it over.
Shervstead to Kasaga. Over to Frizzle and mean spike again.
Marcus tapping it over.
Landreth and... Excuse me. That was weird. But Halverson over to Landreth with a hit over. Henderson to Landreth with another hit over, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Looks like the Storm weren't quite ready for that ball.
Groven tried saving it. It was a great try. But it ended up in the Mustangs' favor. Halverson up to serve again. It's up and over.
Marcus spiking it over. Looks like she got a bit too excited and hit it out of bounds.
Halverson up to serve once again. It is up and over.
Marcus saved it from going out. Winorovich sending it over the net. Amazing spike done by Emma Hendrickson, taking the Storm off guard, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Serve is up and over by Halverson.
Set up by Marcus and tapped over by Levine. Double hit done by the Storm side. Looks like the point is going over to the Mustangs.
Halverson up to serve again. Is up and over. Current score 5-0 in favor of the Mustangs.
Tapped over by the Marcus.
Landreth with a spike over, hitting it towards Groven, who can't save it. So it'll be a point for the Mustangs. Current score 6-0 in favor of the Mustangs.
Good serve by Halverson, tapped over by Marcus.
Frizzle saves it.
Sniped over by Marcus.
Giving the Storm their first point of the set.
Marcus up and ready for a serve. Over the net.
Hendrickson with a mean serve. Saved by the Storm. But Frizzle says, I'm sending it back over. Giving a point to the Mustangs.
Looks like we had one of the fans helping out and giving the ball to the Mustangs.
Landreth up to serve. It is up and over. And hit.
Looks like Winorovich tried to save it, but it was too far out and counted as a touch.
Landreth up to serve again. It is up and over.
That was Solberg spiking it over. Mustangs weren't quite ready for that spike, giving another point to the Storm.
Great precision accuracy by the Storm.
Jovic for her serve.
Hendrickson tries to tap it over, but is blocked by the Storm. Great block by number 4 for the Storm.
Jovic going for another serve. Over the net.
Kasager to Frizzle with a mean spike.
Tapped over by Rogas. Looks like the Mustangs weren't quite ready for another really good spike.
The Storm crawling their way back, down 6, or when they were down 6. Service a mean spike, but goes into the net, giving a point to the Storm.
Jovic going for her serve. Over the net.
Halverson over to Frizzle. Over to Shervestead with a tap over.
Rogas hitting it over.
Halverson tries to spike it over, but cannot quite get it too far over the net. So go towards the Storm.
Jovic with her serve. Shervestead trying to save the ball from hitting the floor.
But out of reach of her.
Timeout called by the Mustangs. We'll be back after this break.
It has never been easier to advertise your business on GVTV. Local TV advertising is a great way to get the most out of your advertising dollars by targeting the right audience at the right time. R&J Broadcasting and Garden Valley Technologies have partnered to make TV advertising an affordable option for local businesses. If you're interested in getting a fresh, new commercial promoting your business on GVT's local and network channels, call today and ask for ad sales or visit the website and submit a request.
Are you looking for a reliable partner when it comes to top quality products and exceptional service? Look no further. The answer you're looking for is the Fosston Tri-Co-op. With convenient locations in Fosston, McIntosh, Clearbrook, and Gully, we're your local partner dedicated.
Looks like the serve was an ace, giving the Storm their immediate point. Tying them up 8-8. Looks like the Mustangs thought that was out, but it was not, giving the point to the Storm.
Storm taking the first lead of this set.
Jovic going for a serve.
Hendrickson hitting it over. Frizzle coming in like Superman, setting it back over.
That one was a out, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Henderson up to serve, is up and over.
Dive done by Jovic. Sent over by Solberg.
Hendrickson setting it up for Shervestead, who hits it over.
Jovic tapping it over.
Henderson over to Frizzle, who tries to spike it over, but cannot quite get it too high enough. Hit it over the net, giving a point to the Storm. Current score 9-10 in favor of the Storm.
Groven for her serve. Over the net. Looks like that was a touch going out on the Mustang side. Point goes to the Storm. Groven going for another serve.
Halverson over to Hendrickson, over to her sister, who hits it over.
Tapped over by Marcus.
Halverson to Hendrickson, to Shervestead, who hits it over.
Nice dive done by Halverson.
Kasager taps it over.
Rogas spiking it over.
Hendrickson, sorry, that was a mistake. Hendrickson saving it for the Storm to hit it out of bounds. Point for the Mustangs. Frizzle serves it.
Solberg spiking it over.
Saved by Kasager, jumping into the crowd.
Amazing spike done by Halverson, who then spikes it over.
Frizzle to Hendrickson, over to Shervestead with a spike. Shervestead to Hendrickson, over to Halverson with a setting it over.
Oh, it looks like this long-winded little battle is ended by the is ended by the Storm, giving them the point.
Great effort by Kasager going into the crowd to save the ball.
Labine setting it over. She is a bit too excited about winning that point, sending it out.
Hendrickson subbing out. Landress subbing in. Service set with the serve. It is up and over.
Looks like that was 4 hits from the Storm side, tying it up 12-12 with Mustangs going for the serve. Looks like Shervisted's serve was a bit too short, sending it into the net, giving the point to the Storm, putting them a point above again. Winterovich going for a serve. Up and over the net.
Mornville over to Kasager. Over to Landress with a hit over.
Sent over by Marcus, putting the Mustangs off guard, giving the point to the Storm. Winterovich going for a serve, up and over.
Mornville tries to save it, but is a little too far out of her reach, so once she hit it, went straight out of bounds. Point goes to the Storm. Current score 15-12 in favor of the Storm.
Winterovich going for a serve. Looks like it tapped the net, setting the Mustangs off guard. They weren't quite ready for it, giving the point to the Storm. Winterovich for another serve.
Hendrickson hitting it over.
Amazing spike done by Winterovich, but
helping you thrive. From premium seeds and fertilizers to cutting-edge farming technology, the Foston Tri-Co-op has what you need for success. Visit one of our locations today and let's grow together. The Foston Tri-Co-op, partnering with farmers, growing with the community.
At Christian Brothers Ford of Crookston, we make buying your next vehicle easy. Not only do we have a large selection to choose from, but we also offer them with a wide range of options. Whether it's the F-150, Escape, Explorer, Bronco Sport, or Ranger, we'll find the vehicle that best fits you and your budget. Check out the selection at ChristianBrothersFord.net or ChristianCarsOnline.com. Find your next vehicle at Christian Brothers Ford, Highway 2 East in Crookston.
At Cenex, we're more than your gas station. We're your neighbor. We've got soup when you're under the weather and treats when you're over the moon. We've got fuel when you've got places to go. And most of all, we've got a big heart when it comes to supporting this community, because it's our community too.
Best of luck to all the area sports teams from the Brooks, Oakley, McIntosh, and Red Lake Falls Cenex stores.
Sent right back by Marcus.
Winterovich going for another serve.
Hendrickson over to Kasager, over to Hendrickson, who hits it back over. Kasager to Landress, who spikes it over.
Labine setting it up, and Langen spiking it over, giving another point to the Storm.
Landress, his hands were caught in the net. Current score 19-12 in favor of the Storm. Hendrickson to Kasager. Over to Landress, who bumps it over.
Looks like Landress did a dive, but she couldn't quite get to the ball in time. The Storm are only 5 points away from a set.
From winning the set.
Winterovich sending it over.
Halverson to Shervisted. To Landress, who hits it over.
Marcus with the spike. The Mustangs trying to block it. Levine setting it up, and Winterovich spiking it over.
Halverson to service that with a mean spike in.
Looks like the Mustangs might make a comeback from their points. They are 13 to 20.
They're down 13 to 20. Kasager hits it over, sending it too far.
Winterovich for her serve. Up and over.
Landress taps it over. And it's out of bounds. Point goes to the Storm.
Winterovich for another serve. Up and over.
Hendrickson to Kasager. Over to Halverson, who just sets it over, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Looks like there was a little bit of a miscommunication between the Storm, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Serves up and over by Halverson.
Dive done by Winterovich.
Kasager to Hendrickson to Frizzle, who sets it over lightly.
Marcus tapping it over.
Hendrickson to Landress with a spike.
Levine setting it up. Marcus tapping it over.
Sending it out of bounds, giving the point to the Mustangs. Halverson to serve to the Mustangs. Current score 15 to 22 in favor of the Storm. Serves up and over.
I believe we had a little pause because the Storm were calling it a touch.
Frizzle tried to block it back over the net, but it just rolled right over the net, giving the point to the Storm.
Marcus?
Storm are playing some great volleyball right now.
They're 2 points away from winning their set. Marcus with her serve.
Kasager to Halverson, hits it over.
Marcus setting it up, and Langen spiking it over.
Hendrickson hit one of the posts, giving the... Never mind. A Storm player hit one of the posts, giving the point to the Mustangs. So Landress up to serve. Serves it into the net, giving a point to the Storm. Storm 1 point away from winning their first set of the varsity game. Mustangs hoping to come back to finish this game off. Current score 16 to 24 in favor of the Storm.
Jovic for her serve.
And it too far to the right, out of bounds. Mustangs ball. The Mustangs need 8 perfect points.
That was Rogas spiking it over.
Hendrickson to Halverson with a spike, but hits it into the net, giving the Storm their 25th point, giving them the win for this set. We will be right back after this short break.
Hey quilters, need a place to stock up on supplies? Oakley Quilting Supply has got you covered. We offer a variety of batting options including wide backs, plus a large selection of fabric. You can find us at 205 Main Street in Oakley or shop online at oakleyquiltinginc.com. Visit us on Facebook at Oakley Quilting Supply. No matter where you are, we ship anywhere. And when you visit our shop, you'll be greeted by a friendly atmosphere and expert advice. Get everything you need for your next project at Oakley Quilting Supply.
Hi, I'm Tyler McGlynn, and I'm the owner and Assisted Living Director at Bethany Assisted Living in Foston. We provide services for mentally ill and elderly in a safe and comfortable family setting.
I recommend it for people who want to come in here. The place is nice, the place is good, the staff's real friendly, and gets going for people. It makes you feel like family. Maybe our family.
Here at Dakota Heritage Bank in Red Lake Falls, we pride ourselves on serving you with experienced, friendly bankers who make all decisions locally. Our bankers are available to help you with any of your financial needs. We offer a variety of deposit products from checking accounts to IRAs. Our quick local decisions allow you to borrow money and make your purchases today. Stop in or call one of our local friendly bankers today at 218-253-2265. Member FDIC.
Falls Building Center in Red Lake Falls is your one-stop shop for all your farm, residential, commercial, hay, livestock, and storage building products. Falls Building Center, now featuring Dakota steel and trim products. See your local sales representative for details at Falls Building Center about their line of Dakota steel and trim products. Falls Building Center in Red Lake Falls, your small town, personal touch, full-service building center.
We switched to Garden Valley Technologies for our internet service and couldn't be happier.
I thought we were back.
And we are back. The Storm up to serve.
We have Marcus serving. Langen spiking it over, giving the first point of the fourth set to the Storm.
If you are just joining us on Garden Valley Channel 35, we're in the fourth set of the game. Current set scores are 2 to the Mustangs, 1 to the Storm. And the current score is 1-0 in favor of the Storm. McFrizzle
had a powerful spike, but it was a little bit too powerful, sending it out. And we have Marcus serving again. Over the net. Spiked over by Landris. And then spiked over by Langen. The Mustangs had a touch, and they sent it out of bounds, giving the point to Storm.
Guys over. Frizzle hitting it to Landris, who sets it over. And the Storm hitting it out of bounds. Landris setting it over.
Spiked over by Solberg.
Landris to Kasager to service set, who hits it over. But the Storm blocks it out of bounds, so the point goes to the Mustangs. Landris with the serve is up and over, and that's an ace.
Looks like the Storm had a little bit of a miscommunication, letting the ball drop, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Landris up to serve.
He sends
up
it
and over.
Marcus with the serve up. Kroll spiking it over. Looks like there was again a miscommunication, giving the point to the Mustangs. Landris' serve up and over. Marcus setting it up. Solberg spiking it over. Looks like it was called an out. Point given to the Mustangs.
Landris serves up and over, but hits a little too far. Never mind, hits it perfectly in, giving the point to the Mustangs. Current score 6-3.
Looks like we had one of the younger ones throwing it in for us, which is really cute.
Landers up to serve again for the Mustangs. It is up and over.
Amazing dive done by Winterovich.
Landers to Kasager, over to Hendrickson, who taps it over. And the Storm can't save it. So the point goes to the Mustangs.
Landris' serve is over the net. Looks like the Storm couldn't get the ball over in 3 hits. So the point goes over to Mustangs. Timeout called. We'll be back after this break.
The quality and reliability of our internet, TV, and cell service instantly improved.
The staff has always been great at steering us to the service for our needs.
Thank you for making our lives better.
I highly recommend GVT. It was the best decision I ever made.
Join GVT and share in our success.
Happy to have this company in my hometown.
And we are back. Mustangs starting with the ball.
Landers up to serve. It is up and over.
Solberg spiking it over.
Shervset to Kasager. Over to Hendrickson with a mean hit over.
Marcus setting it up. Grovin spiking it over.
Landers hitting it over, but a little too far to the left. So it'll be out of bounds, and the Storm serve.
Looks like we have Jovic serving. Over the net.
Frizzle spiking it over just where no one was. It was a great spike by Michaelan Frizzle. Hendrickson serving it up and over.
Looks like the Storm wasn't quite ready for that hard of a spike, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Great spike by Shervestead. We have Aubrey Halverson tying her shoes, so a little delay of game, but Hendrickson serves it. Kasager to Frizzle with a spike, hitting it too far.
The score is 10-5 with the Mustangs in the lead. We have Grovin serving.
Hendrickson, over to Hendrickson, over to Frizzle, who spikes it, gets through the block, scoring a point for the Mustangs.
Frizzle's serve goes over. Winterovich sending it her spike over.
Hendrickson to Hendrickson, over to Frizzle, tapping it over, tapping back to Frizzle, who taps it back over.
out. Looks like that spike was a little bit too high and strong.
Frizzle with a serve and is up and over.
Winterovich spiking it over.
Hendrickson to Kasaga, who hits it over.
Solberg spiking it over.
Frizzle to Halverson, who taps it over. Halverson tapping it back over.
Jovic sending it over with a
Shervset spiking it over.
looks like the ball got a little stuck on the net.
Shervset with another spike, getting tipped by Rogus of the Storm, tipping it out of bounds, so the point goes to the Mustangs. Current score 13-5 in the fourth set of the volleyball game. Frizzle was up to serve, but it was up and under.
Labine up to serve over the net. Shervestead with a great spike, but it got blocked by the Storm, giving the point to the Storm. Labine up to serve.
Hendrickson, over to Hendrickson, over to Kasager, who cannot hit it over. Hit it a little too short. Point goes to the Storm.
Labine serving over the net.
Shervstead to Hendrickson, back to Shervstead, setting it over.
Marcus bumping it over.
Hendrickson to Shervstead, who just slightly bumps it over. Kasager taps it over.
Marcus spiking it over.
Mornville over to Shervstead. Goes over the net instead of to Shervstead, allowing the Storm to tap it just back over to score the point.
Labine up to serve. Over the net.
Hendrickson to Kasager, setting it over.
Looks like the Storm is getting a bit excited as sending it out, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Shervstead with the serve is up and over. Shervstead to Kasager. Over to Landris with a mean spike, but gets tipped back to her, and she tips it back over. That's a tongue twister right there.
Shervestead with an amazing dive. Marcus spiking it over.
Landris to spike. Gets sent over to Kasager, who tips it back over.
Looks like Rogas tried to bump it over, but she bumped it into the net, giving the point to the Mustangs, which is now 15-9, with Mustangs in the lead. Shervestead with a hard serve. Marcus spiking it over. Looks like that was on the line, giving the point to the Storm.
New substitutions in for the Storm.
Winterovich going for her serve. Up and over the net.
Kasager to Halverson, who taps it over but gets blocked by Winterovich. Great block by Winterovich and the Storm team.
Looks like Winterovich is actually up to serve. Serve goes over the net. Looks like it bumps the top of the net, going back to the Storm side, giving the point to the Mustangs.
Kasager up to serve. Serves up and over.
Looks like Labine bumped it over.
Halverson with a tap over.
Marcus bumping it over.
Shervstead to Kasager, over to Landris, who bumps it over. Shervstead to Halverson, to Landris, who just hits it over. Hendrickson with a spike over, but hits it too far, giving a point to the Storm.
Score is 16-12. The Storm are creeping their way up the ladder. Winorovich serving over the net.
Landris with a spike, hitting it between two Storm players, giving it just enough room to land, giving a point to the Mustangs.
Looks like we have a sub in. Frizzle going in for Halverson. Mornville, sorry. Halverson for the serve. Marcus tipping it over.
Kasager to Landris, who spikes it over. Gets blocked, but the point goes to the Mustangs since it went out of bounds. Current score 18-12 in favor of the Mustangs. Halverson up to serve. It is up and over.
Marcus tapping it up, passing it over to Kroll.
Landris, spike, gets blocked by the Storm. Great block by the Storm to give a point to the Storm.
Marcus going for a serve. Over the net.
Frizzle to Shervstead. Over to Hendrickson, who hits it over.
Marcus tapping it up, giving it over to Langen.
Frizzle with a block. Back to Shervstead. Over to Kasager. To Halverson. Hitting it over.
Looks like Langen tried to tap it over, but her tap was a tiny bit too short and got blocked by the Mustangs.
Great block by Hendrickson and Frizzle, both seniors.
Landris had a great serve.
Kasager setting up Emma Hendrickson.
Frizzle tapping it over.
Kasager to Frizzle, tapping it over.
Looks like Groban couldn't get to the ball in time and it went out, giving the point to the Mustangs. Timeout called. We'll be back after this break.
Nord's Pharmacy and Gifts, your go-to destination for convenience and support. Life can be hectic, but with Nord's Pharmacy and Gifts in Boston, we're here to make it easier for you. Need a prescription refill? No problem. Use our Nord's Pharmacy app or call our refill line 24/7. It's that simple. And guess what? Once your prescription is ready, you'll receive a handy text alert. Quick and convenient. Are you managing multiple medications? We've got you covered. Our free med synchronization program helps you line them up so you only need to make one stop. Visit Nord's Pharmacy and Gifts in downtown Boston, your friendly neighborhood pharmacy ready to serve you.
And we are back in the fourth set of this varsity volleyball game. Current score 20-13 in favor of the Mustangs. If you are just joining us, the Mustangs won the first two sets and the Storm won the third.
Looks like that is Langen tapping it over.
Frizzle with a spike, and it is in, giving a point to the Mustangs. Mustangs 4 points away from winning their third set, giving them the game. Landris up to serve. It is up and over.
Tapped up by Marcus. Spiked into the net by Solberg. Looks like the Storm are getting a bit tired. I think our Mustangs are getting tired too.
Landris up to serve again. It is up and over.
Marcus tapping it up. And Kroll spiking it over. Looks like she got a bit too excited, sending it out. Giving the point to the Mustangs, making it 23-13. Looks like Landress's arm got a bit too tired and she bumped it into the net. Some subs are going in for the Storm. We have Jovic up to serve. Over the net.
Halverson to Hendrickson to Frizzle with a mean spike.
Looks like the Storm thought the ball was going over and the Mustangs were ready with a block, giving the point to the Mustangs.
This is set point for the Mustangs. If they score a point, they win the set / the game. Hendrickson's serve is up and over. It's tipped by the Mustangs, giving a point to the Storm. Great spike by the Storm.
Looks like we have Groven for a serve. Over the net.
Hendrickson to Shervison with a spike. Landing in between the Storm players. Giving the win to the Mustangs.
I'm Nicolina Hofstad and I was commentating with
Bronco Bergeson.
That is the end of the varsity game. And the end of the entire everything. We're finished.
Of the evening for tonight. The upcoming schedule for the home team, the Red Lake County Mustangs. There's a tournament in Ada this Saturday. Next Tuesday, a game against Fisher Climax. And then next Thursday, a game at East Grand Forks. So those should be some good games. Tune in.
Oakley Lumber Incorporated has been in business since 1946. Get the right building materials at an affordable price. Choose high quality, affordable paints, windows, lumber, and other building materials at Oakley Lumber Incorporated. Our experts will help you choose the perfect window and window treatment for your building. We'll also help you choose a custom color for the interior or exterior of your home or business. Call Oakley Lumber Incorporated today for a free quick estimate.
Hey quilters, need a place to stock up on supplies? Oakley Quilting Supply has got